years. Together, these ladies and myself have earned over $1 million in bonuses, guys. Since leaving conference alone, my household has earned $340,000 in bonuses. And so we're here to talk to you about going fast and what that looks like. So y'all need to get your notebooks out. Y'all need to take some good notes. These ladies are dropping some really good tips for you guys. And I definitely want you guys taking notes. And so because of It Works, what It Works has done for my family is it's given us a lot of choices. You know, I tell people that money's not everything, but my gosh, it surely does give you a lot of choices. And It Works can definitely do that for your family. So Jen, we'll start with you.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Nivens from Charlotte, North Carolina. I have been in the business now for 2 years. Before It Works, I was in pediatric research oncology, which this business has allowed me to leave my job in April when I promoted to Triple Diamond. Since conference, I've earned over $90,000 in bonuses, my husband and I. Total over $100,000 since I started with It Works Global. And not only has It Works allowed me to leave my job, but to come home. My goal was to come home with my 1-year-old, and I've been able to do that, pay off tons of credit card debt, as well as we just booked our 2-week vacation for our 5-year anniversary in September. Straight cash, no credit cards or anything.
Hey y'all, I'm Morgan McIntyre. I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I joined this business about 2.5 years ago, and I've earned a total of $127,000 in bonuses, and $105,000 of that was just since March. So this business has been so life-changing for me. I joined whenever I was a broke college student. I couldn't even afford to put gas in my car. And now because of It Works, I was able to pay for school in cash as a Ruby, so throw average out the window. And I was able to do that without any student loans. And I paid off $10,000 in credit card debt last month, so I'm completely debt-free. And I retired myself and my boyfriend, so now we are retired and rewired from the retail and waitress life. Can I get an amen from those of you who are in retail? Yeah, so this business has been awesome.
Hello, I'm Chelsea Gilbert. I'm a presidential diamond from Olive Branch, Mississippi. And since conference, which was 4 months ago, my husband and I have earned $250,000 in bonuses for a total of $365,000 since we started. And because of It Works, before I was in a job that I did not love, I had a 6-month-old baby when I joined. Now I have 2 kids and I'm home full-time, being a mom and having the most amazing friends in the whole entire world that I have met through It Works.
Hey y'all, I'm Chelsea Cooper, 28-year-old Triple Diamond leader here with It Works Global. I have been in the business 2 years as of next month. Together, my significant other and I actually tag team the business. He's a professional hockey player and I'm a former personal trainer and broadcast narrator. We together have earned $85,000 in bonuses, $60,000 since conference, and much more to come. So, yay! I was actually traveling under contract for 9 months at a time, living out of a hotel room for 5 to 15 days at a time with my broadcasting job and just going through the motions and wasn't happy. So I found It Works. It took me 7 months to jump in, but I gave my head a shake and I finally jumped in after I smartened up. So best decision ever.
Hi everybody, my name is Ashley Goggins. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I'm a Triple Diamond leader. I've been with the company for 1 year. Since joining the business, I've earned over $90,000 in bonuses and $80,000 since conference. Before I started, I was a government attorney, broke $200,000 in student loans. Because of It Works, I was able to leave my job after 9 months in the business, open up my own law firm. I'm living life on my own terms and I'm financing my dreams.
And so guys, you know, we're here to talk about them getting these bonuses and getting to the money, basically. And so you ladies know how to go fast. So I know that there's good days, there's bad days, there's highs, there's lows. How do you prepare yourself and keep yourself in the game on those days that it looks like it may not come together? Jennifer, we'll start with you.
Sure. For me, you guys, it's taking God as your business partner and remembering why you started. And I would always tell myself, if God brought me to this business and I did the work, then there'd be no way that I could fail. And I'd be like, Jennifer, do you know who your father is? You cannot fail in this business. And so that would really, and just reaffirming my affirmations of my scripture and knowing that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and knowing that I can be a double, a triple. And if I'm saying double and triple, and the Bible says that he will bless you immeasurably more than you could ever ask or think, then you could be ambassador in Black Diamond. And so
sitting up on the third row, if y'all remember conference, literally third floor, and I could barely see the stage, but I looked at it and I was like, I want to be down there, you know, I want to be on that stage one day. And so now I'm a triple diamond, and there were so many times in my business when I wanted to quit. You know, I sat at Ruby for a year, sat at Diamond for 13 months. And so in that time, there was times where I was like, well, maybe this is it for me. Maybe Ruby is as far as I'll go, or maybe Diamond's all that this business has for me, you know, whatever. But at conference, I was challenged to visualize what I wanted, and so I did that. I visualized exactly what I wanted, and that's what I went after. I took quitting off the table. It was no longer an option, so we just made it happen.
So I didn't sign a single team member for 5 months. I went for that diamond in 3 months for $10,000, and then I was a distributor at the end of that 3 months. So there was definitely times where I was like, is this for me? But I had a vision of the company, and I knew that there was other people finding team members. I just needed to find them first. And I knew that if they could do it, I could do it. Because the Lord says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And so you have to realize that you are unique and you have everything it takes to be at the very top of this company. And I realized I sat at triple for 2 years. And I looked around and I realized I was comparing, and I needed to look at why I started. It was not to beat someone else to a rank or to make more money than someone else. It was to change my family's life. And anytime I wanted to quit, I looked at those babies and I said, you're worth more. You are worth it, and you will be more than any other excuse I will ever have. I will fight for you.
So you guys have to have that belief in your potential. And I know it can be hard, but you are worth so much. And when you have that full belief in your potential, you're going to take the massive action and then gain those great results, okay? And it's going to be a positive snowball effect. So if you guys are up in the rafters, dream big, be a visionary, write down whatever rank it is that you want to be, look at it every single day, and get to work.
And on that note, I would make sure that I kept my vision in front of me. I stay connected with my upline. I stay connected with my sideline sisters and accountability partners. You have to write on your dream board. I had it everywhere. It was on my phone. It was on my mirror. It was in my office. So just keeping the vision in front of me and seeing myself at that finish line. So if you want something, write it down and go get it.
I love that. And so, ladies, I know time management is a big piece of us getting things done. And I want you guys to write this down. This always helps me when I want to put something off and say, I'll do it later. Procrastination is failure in slow motion. That's what it is. Procrastination is failure in slow motion. And so I want you guys to share one tip that you have for time management.
For me, so working in oncology research, you know, you can never tell when you're going home. So on average, it was probably 10 to 12 hours a shift a day. And so for me, every night before I go to bed, I have to write down my 6 most important things to do, or my 6 list, or whatever you want to do. And I would do one for personal life as well as family, personal as well as my business. So because the day would be so busy and you could get so caught up scrolling on Facebook or scrolling on Instagram and not really working. And so to really be intentional about your work, make sure that you are writing a list down. Get to that list, so therefore you are having an effective day. So the 6 lists, writing down your most, get organized. Getting organized was what really helped me. So that would be a great tip for when it comes to managing your time.
So for me, I like to set myself up for success for tonight. So every night I go ahead and set up my posts for the next day. That way I can take, maybe 10 minutes and set up a couple of posts for the products and for the business, make them very meaningful and really just speak my heart into my posts. That way, even if my day gets so busy and it's something that I didn't expect, I can already have those posts set up so that I can go ahead and post them and just copy them to Facebook. So I don't use an app because I don't want the algorithm to not show my posts on timelines. So I use the Instagram drafts, act like I'm gonna go post a picture, click the back button twice, click save as draft, and then go back later and post it, and then copy and paste to Facebook. But that really helps me because even if my day gets nuts and there's no time to do anything, I'm at least posting consistently because that's so important.
The best part of this business is that you can do it no matter how busy you are. There is someone in this business that's busier than you and they are still super successful. And that motivated me to just work it into my daily life. I have 2 toddlers that are like monkeys and I have to watch them 24/7 or we fear for their life. So I don't have a lot of time during the day to just sit and do anything but watch them. So I will go to Chick-fil-A and talk to the moms in the line with me at Chick-fil-A, or as we're watching our kids actually try to kill each other. And it's just easy to do because that's what I was doing anyways. And I'm helping a mom with either finding out about our products, like confianza or whatever. And I also will do things like I just forgot. Sorry. Oh, okay. Nap time. See, I'm stressing that I'm even here. So I will make sure that while they're sleeping, I'm doing intentionally doing things for enrollments to make sure that we're helping new customers and new team members join our business. So we're completing that steps to success while they're sleeping and making sure that time is dedicated every day so I know it's coming and I get a break to actually do things productive.
When I was on the road with broadcast narrating, I was on the floor probably 8 to 10 hours a day on the microphone. I couldn't have my phone. So what I would do is personal power hours for myself. I would do 10-minute intervals of income producing activities, 10 minutes here, 20 minutes here, and I would just make it work, and it became a habit to me to make sure that I wasn't just aimlessly scrolling on my break or my lunch. And I got my work done, and it's become a habit for me.
Okay, for me, because I was a trial attorney, I was always in court, but I could never have my phone. So what I would do is I would do my power hours. I would break them up. I would do one in the morning before I went to work. I would send out all my mass messages. I would do all my engagement in the morning, so they were the first person that they saw when they got on Facebook. I had messaged them, and I just hoped that they didn't respond because I didn't have time to respond, but I had time to send the message. And then on lunch, I would do my power hours, and I would do another one right once I got off or sometime late at night. I like to do it really late at night just so I can get that focused, undistracted time in with messaging and speaking with my potentials.
Wow, one thing you ladies have mastered is telling your time where to go, and we know how important that is. And so I love that each one of you have worked this business while working a full-time job up until you surpassed your income. So what that tells you guys is those of you who are working full-time and feel like I can't do it, guys, they made it work. We have the same 24 hours, and guess what? We all can pick and choose what's important to us. And so when it's important enough, you figure it out.
That's right.
And so one of the things that I know we have the ability to do is work this business multiple ways. We have belly to belly, we have social media, we have on the go. And so I'd like for you guys to share what's your preferred method to work that you found the most helpful for you.
Mine was absolutely parties. Parties. At the beginning of the month, every month, or actually the end of the month, I would block out my family time, my church time, and other engagements that I may have. And then any hour, if it was even just an hour or two, I would do a party. Whether if it was a Facebook party or a Zoom party or a face-to-face party, it allowed me to get in front of more people at one time. Like, guys, 2 parties, you can complete your steps to success. Parties. Allow them to sample the products, ask questions, share your story. And so my team, we became partiers. They came to my party. I would teach, I would train. They would earn while they learn, and that's how we did it. And that's what we continue to do, whether I'm present or not. When it's said, okay, I need the volume, I need the people, book a couple of parties.
So mine really quick is Instagram and Facebook, social media, but mostly Instagram. And we've already talked a lot about how to use social media, but I do really love the Instagram stories. I don't even know if that's what they're called. I call them Insta stories. I just made that up, I think. But they're like the Snapchat that they have on Instagram now, but they do those new updates because that's what people want. So if they have a new update on social media, use it because that's what people they're gonna look at that. And so I like to be really personal in those. I like to be fun in those, and I also like to talk about products that I'm getting in my orders, my auto shipment and things like that, and opening up packages. And I've had, I did that the other day with Defining Gel and had 2 customers sign up because they saw that I was using the products too, and it was in a very personal atmosphere.
I have used both Facebook and Instagram because I want to reach everyone I can with as little time as possible. And I use pictures of my kids being crazy, and that just really works to my advantage. And one feature I really love is the Facebook Live videos. And in the beginning, I was a nervous wreck. It was so out of my comfort zone, but I would just let people see our real life, and they looked at it and said, wow, she is so crazy. If she can do this and be successful, then anyone must be able to do this. And so you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be genuine in yourself and let them fall in love with you, and then they will believe that they can do it too, especially when they know that you're going to be with them every step of the way.
I am predominantly Facebook, but I also do a lot of face-to-face. Phil and I actually travel a lot for his hockey career, so we're bouncing around all over the U.S. And I always make sure that I connect with people in every city that we're in and do rap parties, and then also online rap parties. I'm sure a lot of you guys do that too. And then also utilizing the Facebook Live. That actually gets 60% recognition whenever you're going live because it is a newer option for Facebook. So step out of your comfort zone, guys, and let people see you.
I love social media, but I'm team parties. I partied my way to the top, and that's how I was able to go fast. I was able to get that volume in, able to, make that personal connection that you don't always get on social media. I made sure I had my brag book of before and after pictures, and I made sure that I would book another party when I was there, and also making that rap cast. So if you want to go fast, party your way there.
Absolutely, and get excited that we don't have to bring a brag book anymore because the new party pads are the bomb, right? And so we know volume is a huge piece of promoting, and so share with us real quick your best volume boosting tip, boost those checks up.
Yes, mine would absolutely be stay out of people's pockets. And don't always learn from my upline here, Kim, would be, because if you're just telling people, oh, just order a fat fighter, then they're just going to order a fat fighter. Ask the questions, what are your goals and what is your budget? And the sets were put together for a reason, so that people are actually able to see results and become a returning customer and send referrals. And so to get the volume, to get a happy customer would absolutely be offer what we have, offer the sets.
So for me, customer retention was huge. Like I told you, I was at conference as a diamond, and that's 10,000 in volume, and now I'm a triple, and that's 50,000 in volume. So from March until now, we've gotten an extra 40,000 in volume, and we really started last fall with trying to keep our customers for longer. And why we didn't start before that, I'm not really sure. But in the fall, we really started just really like zoning in on that and making sure that our customers were loving their products every single month, checking in with them, making sure we're taking advantage of the loyal customer program that we have, because it's amazing. So they get, the $50 shopping spree, $150 shopping spree, and we're letting them know about their perks points. So we kept those customers who, joined and ordered in January and February. So the customers that got me from diamond to double diamond were also the same customers who got me from double diamond to triple diamond. Instead of replacing that volume over and over again, we're stacking the volume on top of it. And so it didn't take as long. And then another thing that we did was layered leadership. So all of the leaders that were on my team when I promoted, it was definitely a group effort and a team effort. But when we promoted, we made sure that every single person in a leadership position wanted to be there. If we had a distributor to move, we asked if they would be willing to step up into that role, and they accepted or they didn't accept it, and most of them did, and we moved distributors there, and they were filling the volume too. So it wasn't just me, it was the whole team effort, everyone doing the same thing and just duplicating what we were doing.
So for us, we really love personal results. So when you have your distributors falling in love with products every month, trying a new product, getting their own results, and then sharing that that's them, they use these products and they love them themselves personally, then the customers are going to trust you more. They're going to be more interested because you can share something that actually happened because you tried the products. So we were really big on using the products personally. And then another thing we did is we asked our loyal customers to share about their results. We asked them to share a testimony or a review of the products, or even before and after pictures if they were willing to. And then they would tag us on their posts in their timelines. And then we were able to connect with all the people that they were friends with that were interested. And because that person was benefiting from us, from them sharing the products, they just did it because they loved them. They trusted it even more, and they became even more interested because it was a referral from someone that was a customer, not a distributor. So we really, really benefited from that.
Diving deep into your hundreds list, which for many of us are probably like a thousands list now, but diving back into that, never forgetting anybody, always grow that 100s list and really go back to the basics. If you have somebody that's on your chicken list, go and talk to them and just compliment people. I find that I assign the most LCs at month's end whenever I'm really pushing for them. I'm very intentional and very kind. So.
For me, when someone comes in as a distributor, I make sure that they get something with their kit. It doesn't have to be a boosted corporate kit. It can be the greens. It could be the hair, skin, and nail pills. You want them to come in with something where they're able to have that product as soon as their kit comes, whether it be anything they need. Get what they need, their results, and then use that. And that boosted volume helps. That 30 and 25, that volume adds up. So that was how I was able to promote to Double Diamond, because I made sure every distributor came in with something.
Wow, y'all, was this not just amazing? They have given us so many tips and nuggets, and it works pays us guys on what we do. We don't get paid on how much we know. We have to go out and do the work. And so you guys have gotten some amazing tips and tools, and I want to encourage you to open your toolbox, use the tools, and go ahead and get closer to you guys building your dream. Thanks, guys. Let's give these ladies a round of applause.